No pressure.
I mean, you don't even notice it really.
No, you don't. You get used to it. Oh man, the first time I went to Ukraine, I was terrified.
The room is full of devotees.
Yeah.
It is. Okay, Shri Prabhupada Jivanamritam Ki Jai, Shri Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai, Jai Guru Dev, Jai Guru Dev, Jai Guru Dev. Okay, so we are on we're on chapter 3. Okay. Okay, yes. This is, we're continuing Sri Bhakta Vachanamritam. Who knows the meaning? Bhakta Vachanamritam.
Nectar of words from the devotees?
Yes. Vachanamritam. Amritam, nectar, Vachana, words, Sri Bhakta, the devotees. Anukulyasya Sankalpa. Acceptance of the favorable. Okay, so we're on, looks like number 6, I believe. Okay, so we just read previously.
I thought we were on, aren't we on that second?
The second one? Did we do this? I don't remember doing that.
Okay.
Do you? Yukta Vairagya. I don't think we talked about Yukta Vairagya, did we?
I thought we were on the second anyway.
Let's go through it again.
Yes.
Okay. So, Srila Guru Maharaj's introduction, only renunciation in devotion, Yukta Vairagya, is favorable. Okay. Yukta Vairagyam evanukulam. So Guru Maharaj telling us that renunciation only when one is motivated by transcendental devotion, only then is it favorable. Otherwise it's artificial and in the same line as ordinary sense gratification. It's the flip side of the coin, as I know Srila Prabhupada used to tell us, that sense gratification, renunciation, more or less the same thing, based on personal calculation and, you know, what I want to do, what I want to get, and only the renunciates who are aiming for Brahman, they renounce the material world, but their calculation is still there to become like the Lord.
Aversion and attachment.
Yes, yeah. Aversion and attachment. So, same thing. And then beyond that, you know, above that is devotion, you know, giving with our hearts to the Lord. So there's 3 things that are going on, and we have to learn to cultivate that 3rd thing, that devotion. Otherwise, the tendency in the material world is to go with one or the other, like automatically. Our consciousness is such that we, you know, automatically by I forget the term, but automatically we go towards one or the other. But the devotional nature, as we develop it, will overtake those and eventually just completely destroy them. But so we have to just involve ourselves in devotion consciously as best we can. And the power of devotion, by the grace of our gurus, who alone carry the devotion, will work itself and give us devotion. It's a blessing. It's a gift. It descends to us. It's not something that is really attainable. It's something that comes to us by grace. We don't attain it. We or get it for ourselves, but we try to surrender, and by higher grace it comes into our hearts. Anything? We'll do the verse. Okay, this is from Vyasadeva. Yavata shat sva nirvaha Sri kuryat tavad artavit adike nyayatayam cha chavate paramartataha Sri Vyasapadanam, from Vyasadeva. Okay, a person with genuine insight will accept only as much facility as needed to fulfill his personal necessity. Over or under acceptance of one's due measure may cause a fall from spiritual practices. So we're told this is a razor's edge, that we have to, with full prayer and desire to try to serve, we have to engage in the world as is necessary. And each person has a different necessity based on their own particular nature and degree of entanglement and so many things like that. Someone who's very active and very doing so much work and so on, he may need to take so much prasadam. And another person who is in some condition of feeling necessity for contact with a husband or wife, that is allowed, and children can come by the grace of our gurus to be taught about devotional life. That's really the only purpose, even though we're surrounded in the material world by by the presence of the illusory energy and the drives towards really what's done in in our society, in the world, because that is closer to the personal necessity of most everyone, and it's so we can't take too much, we can't take too little. So over too much, sense gratification; under too little, renunciation. The middle line is devotion. And in this world, the middle line is the razor's edge. It's the point at which we have to balance ourselves between the two forces of the illusory energy. And in prayer and, as far as we can with our hearts, engage in trying to give ourselves to the Lord through our different activities that, descend to us by higher grace, by the grace of the Lord. So what service we're given, the particular position we're in, based on our particular body, mind, intelligence, and so on, that's all been set up by the Lord. And we simply need to understand that, accept His grace, and pursue our lives in such a way so that our devotion will be, increased more and more. So this is Vyasadeva recommending, and Guru Maharaj so kindly giving to us. Anything?
It's different for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's too much for one, maybe too little for another. So we have to find what is appropriate for us.
Yeah, and because it's like that, we can't so easily make judgment about others. What I, in the beginning, I know it was like that generally in the early days of Krishna consciousness, that everybody had a designated amount to receive in terms of prasadam, in terms of activity, and so many things like that. Even after being a brahmachari for a year and a half, I was told Prabhupada wants everyone to be grihastas. I said, wait a minute, I want to be a brahmachari. I'm going to go to New York. No, you can't go to New York. Prabhupada won't allow you. We're going to send a lady from Toronto. Okay, Prabhupada wants it, I'll try to do it. So, we were, everything was completely set up for us. But gradually, as we, develop in devotional life, and by the, grace of Srila Prabhupada, we have come to Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Math, where the idea is to, learn individually how to engage in devotion and how to balance on the, on the razor's edge, based not on some structure that is arranged for us, as is sometimes necessary in the beginning, but in the, trying to enter the middle stage of devotion, one has to begin to learn to act based on, his own free will, his own individual, capacity, incentive. We have to learn to do that. And this is the grace of Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Govinda Maharaj, and there, in Srila Govinda Maharaj, we find, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's generally the case, the grace of both Srila Prabhupada and Srila Guru Maharaj in the life of Srila Govinda Maharaj. His giving to us the practical application and the means through which we can follow those two great souls. Okay, so anything else?
Didn't he say something like we have to learn how to fly our own aeroplanes?
Yeah, that's true. It's true. And, it seems so, right now it seems so clear that, we continued, as we needed help from Srila Prabhupada, we continued to need help. So naturally, it was a very natural process to take shelter of Srila Guru Maharaj. And Srila Prabhupada had, that envisioned. And, I always used to say that, I've come to Srila Guru Maharaj because I didn't have the capacity to, surrender to Srila Prabhupada. I needed to be taught more and more how to develop that surrender by, with the shelter of a great soul. And so, it was all arranged by higher grace. And Srila Guru Maharaj taught us and sent us directly to the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadeva Goswami Maharaj. So, okay. Yukta Vairagya, we're dealing with that now. The next one, by Srila Guru Maharaj, introductory, number 7. Within renunciation in devotion, Yukta Vairagya, the foremost principle is to see everything in relation to Lord Krishna. Krishna Sambandha Jnana. So everything, based on our you know, our particular position, we see that Krishna has arranged it. This is like, you know, the real vision of Yukta Vairagya, that I have a particular, you know, body, mind, intelligence, ego, and desire coming from the soul to engage in devotional life. And based on those things, I have to act in devotion. And this is, you know, sambandha jnana, knowing that Krishna has given this. You know, the whole thing on one level has, our bodies and minds have been produced by our karmic activity. But on another level, you know, what is it? Maya Dakshena Prakriti in the Gita. Maya is my nature. My nature. It's not, you know, something separate. So, you know, for the devotees, particularly behind our circumstance, Guru Maharaj has taught again and again and again, Krishna is there helping us, and the problems that we confront, apparently based on that circumstance, really have been produced from our own internal, you know, lack of desire to surrender. And, you know, that's the, what does Goswami Maharaj say about the production of the body and the mind?
The body is the biological expression of the soul's delusion.
Perfect, huh? Yeah. Biological expression of the soul's delusion. Must be the mind too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Material.
Yeah, right. The material mind. Okay, so the next, the verse that Guru Maharaj has given, in this case a very long explanation. Again, I'll read it. Within renunciation in devotion, Yukta Vairagya, the foremost principle is to see everything in relationship to Lord Krishna. Krishna Sambandha Jnana. So, okay, we know about that a little bit. So, this verse, adorned with the articles that have been offered to you, such as garlands, fragrant clothing, and ornaments, we, your personal servitors, who partake of your holy remnants alone, will certainly be able to conquer your illusory energy, Maya. So, this is Sri Uddhava. I'm not sure where it's from, maybe the 11th canto. It looks like a little complicated Sanskrit. Tvayopa bhukta svagandha vasolankara charchitaha uchista bhojana dasas tavamayam jayemahi Srimad Uddhavasya, from Srimad Uddhava. Okay, so those articles that have been offered to you, such as garlands, fragrant clothing, and ornaments. The Guru Maharaj, in his translation, is expanding on the circumstance described in the Sanskrit. Your personal servitors who partake of your holy remnants, so the dasas, the servitors, bhajano uchista. It's really familiar, but I can't remember. You guys remember the translation of uchista? It's used in many places in our scriptures. Okay. Tavanayam jayena hi. Tavanayam jayena hi. Tava mayam janeni. So that they'll certainly be able to conquer your illusory energy. Tava, your mayam jaya, jayena, he. So conquer, have victory over the you know, the illusory energy. So it's very very cool here that Uddhava is describing the article And that's that shloka in the Bhagavad Gita, which I don't remember. Do you guys remember that? As they surrender, I reward accordingly. That's one translation. Anyway, so this, the deity worship is it's our tantra. Tantrayate means the manifest things which enable us to be delivered. So Pancharatra Tantra, the manifest deity who is visible. Krishna comes down as the devotion, and so mercifully, in spite of our conditioning, to the degree to which we are surrendered, Krishna appears. And slowly that manifestation becomes more and more revealed. And we are able to conquer the illusory energy through the transcendental reciprocation of the Lord. Here in the case described here by Uddhava, in the case of our archana process, the process of one of the 9 processes of devotion. So, but that's again representative of our what should be our whole existence is offering what we do, what we think, what we say to Him. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Radha Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Okay, so Tava Mayam Jayena Hi Jai Uddhava Ki Jai Srimad Uddhava. So anything else? Okay. I was hoping for more about the
She's just wrapping up.
Okay. Okay, next, number 8, and Guru Maharaj's introductory summary. The fundamental objective is to maintain constant remembrance of Sri Hari in every time, place, and circumstance. So very tangible. Sarvata Hari Smriti Rakshanam Eva Tatparyam. Maintain constant remembrance of Sri Hari in every time, place, and circumstance. Smriti Rakshanam is Hari Smriti Rakshanam is a combined word in Sanskrit that means remembrance of Krishna, Hari Smriti, and then Rakshanam, we're protected. And Guru Maharaj is giving that renderance as Eva Tatparyam. Seems like he's given the understanding of Hari Smriti Rakshanam is remembering in every time, place, and circumstance. In that kind of remembrance, Krishna protects us. So Guru Maharaj is, seeing what the real, the Sanskrit is, like we always say, can be perceived on many levels depending on the consciousness. That's the kind of language that it is. So Srila Guru Maharaj, for us and for probably, in reality, perceives on the highest level of devotional life and gives us the real tangible meaning of Sanskrit. And the idiotic scholars pick apart the translation, saying that they're not correct because they're not exactly according to the dictionary words of that are produced by mundane people trying to understand Sanskrit. So Guru Maharaj is giving us what is the depth, what expertise to in heartfelt, obviously deep heartfelt desire to convey to us something that will penetrate through our, the coverings of our subtle body, finally our ego, and hit our heart. He's so like definitive in his presentations that he just immediately pierces through the intelligence with his perfect presentation. And by the power of that presentation and the nature of his pure surrender, our heart is touched. And again, it's a reciprocal thing. To the degree to which we open ourselves for him by engaging in, or trying to engage in, devotional service, then that transcendental message comes through. But it does, it has effect, the desire and the power of the Paramhansa Vaishnava. It's like the Transformers. I don't know what they call them here in England. There's no English people here. Yes, there is.
Yeah, Transformers.
Okay. I forgot you're Brit. Or kind of. Okay. So anyway, like the Transformer, the Vaishnava takes the current and kind of charges it up in such a way so that our devotional life can be powered by that transformer, by the function of that transformer, by the grace of that transcendental guru. Okay, so we'll do the verse. It's another verse from Vyasadeva. Anything else? Okay. If persons engaged in devotional service of Lord Hari are unable to obtain food and shelter despite their attempts, or if their acquisitions are lost or destroyed, they should, without anxiety, absorb their hearts deeply in the thoughts of Lord Hari. This is Vyasadeva, which is, he was reminded by his guru Narad Muni that he had to, describe the final conclusion of the Vedas, and he gave us Srimad Bhagavatam. So just in this verse we can see that he, by his own, inner devotional desire, like pulled himself out of the, what he of necessity had to write in the Vedas for the, gradual development of the souls, and for the, to free the souls from the tendency to go down. The Vedas are given to block that tendency to go down and enable one to go up. But beyond all that, those traveling within the sphere of material, the material universe, there's there's devotional life, and there's a transcendental world, and here Vyasadeva is taking us there. So despite things that are coming in the world, based on our perceived necessity, even if it doesn't come, or if what we have is lost or destroyed, and somehow or other things don't work out according to our hopes in terms of our service and our perception according to our necessity, it's no problem for the pure Paramhansa Vaishnava, like Srila Sridhar Maharaj, like Srila Govinda Maharaj, like Srila Prabhupada. It's no problem, because they absorb their hearts deeply in thoughts of Lord Hari. And Lord Hari, you think of him, everything is there. If the thinking is in the realm of reality, and thinking means automatically service and love. That's the foundational energy of the spiritual world. And, okay, so the Sanskrit. Alabdhe vai vinate va bhakshada chadana sadhane aniklava matir bhutva harim eva diya maret. Okay. Books ya chadana sadhane. So those engaged in devotional activities, the service of Lord Hari, if they're unable to obtain food, it's contained, I think, alabde va vinaste va, probably. Or if their acquisitions are lost or destroyed, you know, if your house is somehow or other destroyed, if you lose it based on some financial disaster, which sometimes happens to grihastas, which may be happening to my son right now. And he is so, you know, I so much appreciate his consciousness, because he's you know, really, by his circumstance and by his losses, he's understood that all these things are, you know, nothing more than, you know, transcendental arrangements to enable us to take shelter of him. It's, you know, in the material world, we see, in our normal material consciousness, we see things as, you know, a terrible big deal. If we can't eat, or if we lose our house, or, you know, we're cast out onto the streets somehow or other, it's a terrible thing. But, you know, for the Vaishnava, we've seen in, you know, in what we've heard from our gurus, Rupa and Sanatana are writing all these books, but they're just, you know, laying on different trees every night. No bed, not even you know, a shelter over their head. Just, you know, accepting whatever comes by the grace of the Lord. And, you know, their circumstance was fully devotional. And so we can see the Lord didn't, you know, provide comfortable arrangements materially to facilitate that service. Rather, things were externally. If we've ever been in the heat of Vrindavan in the summer, you know that. I went to Vrindavan once for Janmashtami, and you know, I couldn't take it. I never went back during that time. Have you ever been there for Janmashtami?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, it's very, well, and Bhakti Lalita's been there. Yeah. So.
Gurudev was very sick once during, it was late June, before the rains started. That's when the heat's the most intense, the build-up until the monsoons come. He was very sick, and he couldn't, the doctor told him he couldn't have rice, and he asked me to cook him something, and the kitchen was a small room without any windows, and with all the stoves running in that weather. It was extreme.
No air conditioning, huh?
No, it was in Govardhan.
Lucky if you've got electricity.
Yeah.
And I brought him what I cooked for him, and I gave it to him, and I walked out of his door, and black. And I woke up like 20 minutes later with everyone fanning me and looking at me.
Whoa, yeah.
And Siddhanti Maharaj was pouring water on Gurudev's roof.
Oh yeah, so he was up there sweating it out, doing the simple seva to...
in the blazing heat, pouring water on Gurudev's roof, trying to cool his room off.
What kind of Vaishnava we can't really understand. Externally, Siddhanti Maharaj was, eccentric, and could easily, by external vision, be judged in a negative way, but in fact, his dedication was like practically unparalleled in our experience. He would do stuff like that. It's, you know, it's in our terms, it's, you know, 110 degrees. What is that in Celsius? 40, 45 or something? Yeah. Yeah. So unbelievably heat. He doesn't care. He's worried about Gurudev being hot. So he's throwing water on the roof in the midst of this. You know, imagine what it feels on the roof. He's probably burning through his, you know, sandals, his chappals, because of the heat. But he's just doing it. So, yeah. So it doesn't matter the circumstance. You engage in service, and without anxiety. Because why is that possible? Even, you know, if devotional service could have to do with anything in the temporary world, like the Mayavadis and others claim, you know, it wouldn't be possible. Because with material motivation, mixed material motivation, as they, you know, transpose onto bhakti, the kind of austerities that we see devotees doing based on their understanding that Krishna is directly helping them, indicates to us that they're living in a different world. That the external things are insignificant. Even though we understand from the songs of the Vaishnavas that they know what that experience is, and to some extent they also experience it based on their you know, descent into this world to help us. Like, it's in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the Uttama Adhikari, and you know, those who are denizens of the transcendental world sometimes descend to help us to the Madhyama stage. Because in the Madhyama stage, there's discrimination. You see people are in need. Otherwise, in the Uttama stage, like we're almost reading about here, they see, the Vaishnava sees everything, Krishna is doing everything, so, you know, there's no need. But the preaching vision is that there is a problem in this world, and we need to ourselves solve that problem by focusing on the energy coming from the spiritual world, rendering service, and naturally, because we know you know, the effects of that, you know, that conditioning in this world, it hurts. So when the Vaishnava, even when the Vaishnava gets more purified and remains Gostyanandi, he's preaching, he feels the suffering of the fallen souls. And we could see that in the eyes of our, you know, our beloved gurus. So that this is the consciousness. They have no anxiety externally how things are going on. They're absorbed in the service of Hari and the thought of his, you know, the thinking about Lord Hari. You know, here's it's a depth of thinking that we can hardly imagine. Harim eva dia smaret. So remembering, thinking deeply about Lord Hari. They're just, you know, they're just lost in that, and the external things are, you know, there, but not very significant. Okay?
I was just reminded, because something very small came to me that I really needed, and I thought back how we were with Srila Gurudev one time, and someone gave him these like moist towels. And he's like, look what Krishna's supplying. Like, I really needed these things.
Yeah.
And like, I never even knew they existed. And
Yeah.
I never even asked for it, but look what he gave me.
Yeah.
Even the smallest little thing Krishna's supplying.
Amazing. Yeah, this is like the, you know, the high Vaishnava, you know. I mean, with Srila Gurudev particularly, it was, I think because he had such mercy from Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, so many things came to him because he was like a fully surrendered soul, particularly to them. And by their, you know, increased mercy, the Lord, because those personalities were so dear to him, and Srila Gurudev in turn, you know, so dear to Krishna because he is so dear to them, things came through them to Srila Gurudev. He was always victorious, as it says in his prayer. And whatever he needed, almost always, I think he says always, came to him. And he knew it was the grace of his Guru Maharaj. And, you know, the Lord, you know, we sing every morning in the prayer of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur that the Lord is the same as Krishna. Krishna is the same, or excuse me, the devotee, the Vaishnava, the Guru, is the same as Krishna because he's giving Krishna. So, and yeah, we know that not only that, but it's even more. Because Krishna is pleased, and you know, so much comes as a result of that.
Even really what's seemingly so insignificant and small. That's what amazed me about that.
It's the most charming, really, isn't it? It's the village.
You might
village
look
vibe.
past it,
Right.
like such a small thing.
Right.
But Gurudev could thank Krishna for every little tiny thing.
Yeah. The Vaishnavas live in a world of wonder, right?
Jai.
Everything that comes is amazing. Krishna's behind everything. And, you know, here we're understanding from Vyasadeva that, you know, up or down, good or bad, is not the idea. The idea is, wow, Krishna is behind this. You know, how lucky, how cool for us.
That you say everything is miracle, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Everything is miracle.
Yeah. Wow, okay, I get lost in this and forget about, I did it again.
I'm not stopping you, Maharaj, because we like
Doggone it.
you so much that I don't want to interrupt any flow.
I do this all the time. We're going to read a verse or two, and I just keep reading, and I forget that we're going to read Chaitanya Charitamrita, and then the time is up.
Hare Krishna.
Well, do we continue, or should we read a verse of Chaitanya Charitamrita? Just to respect the...
Yes. Yes.
Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj. Yeah, so we in our conditioned state, we try to see what happens to us as the mercy of the Lord. But sometimes, because we're still conditioned, what we think is the mercy of the Lord, actually is something that has to do with the temporary material energy. So we have to be careful in our devotional life, and it's not very easy. Okay, so Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Okay. So now Kaviraj Goswami is describing the various kinds of descent of Krishna in different ages, leading up to and indicating in so many of the quotes about the golden appearance of Krishna in the Kali Yuga. So the last verse talked about Dwapara Yuga, which was reversed with Treta in the last millennium. I forget what they're called in Sanskrit. The combined 4 yugas. Oh, just Chatur Yuga, Chara Yuga, something like that. Okay, Krishna descended in a black form, and this is confirmed in so many scriptures. So, so now text 39 of chapter 3 on Adi Lila, and so many references are beginning to be given, and the chapter 3 discussing about the nature of the Lord and the descent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the mercy incarnation of the Lord. So the translation of 39. In the Dwapara Yuga, the personality of Godhead appears in a blackish hue. He is dressed in yellow. He holds his own weapons, and he is decorated with the Kaustuba jewel and marks of Srivatsa. This is how his symptoms are described. And Prabhupada tells us this from the Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, which is a very important canto, which unfortunately Srila Prabhupada did not cover. But, you know, we have some translation and explanation given mostly by Gopi Puranadana, who Srila Govinda Maharaj liked in his work on Brihad Bhagavatamritam. So it in that way is accessible for us. You know, even though it's not the same as Srila Prabhupada, you know, obviously. And well, another devotee more or less takes credit for it, but actually we understand that he did the bulk of the work. That's just significant for me and maybe others, but Gopi Puranadana was a really nice, sincere, simple devotee who respected you know, our Mahat. And I'm told, even when he was working on translations in Govardhan, did consult with Srila Govinda Maharaj. Though I don't know, I never heard of that directly. Or did you hear anything about that?
I was there when I believe he came with Advaita.
Oh, really?
Advaita Maharaj.
Okay.
And they visited him in Govardhan.
Okay.
Sweet exchange.
Yeah, very nice. So, yeah. So Gopi Puranadana was just a simple, sincere devotee of Srila Prabhupada, who, you know, like naturally had some love and respect for the line of Srila Bhakti Rakkhak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, because of the, you know, the known love, affection, and dedication of Srila Prabhupada to his Shiksha Guru, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, and his love of Srila Govinda Maharaj as his dearmost son. So, like, naturally, if someone's dedicated to Srila Prabhupada and developed in his devotion, he's going to be open to that. He'll feel that. But if someone is still clinging to the beginning stages and his own particular conception of what is devotional life, he may be very defensive. And, you know, so we see both. And, you know, one is fortunate, one is unfortunate, as far as we can see. So the Sanskrit of this, Krishna appearing in Dwapara Yuga in blackish hue, with his wearing yellow, holding his weapons, decorated with the Kaustuba jewel and the marks of Srivatsa. These symptoms are described in the Shastra before his advent. So, Dwapare Bhagavan Shamaha Pita Vasa Niyajudaha Shri Vatsabdir Ankaischa Lakshanair Upalakshitaha. Dwapare Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Krishna, Shamaha, in a blackish form. Pita Vasaha, in Bengali Vesh. So Vasaha, wearing pita, yellow. And, you know, I guess maybe Vasa, yes, clothes, or wearing, yeah. Ayuddha, having weapons, Ayuddha. I think I remember that as weapons. Sri Vatsa Abdibi, such as Srivatsa, the mark of Srivatsa. Do you remember exactly what that mark is?
It's a line.
It's a line on his.
Something named Sri Lekha.
Oh, on his chest.
Referred to the line on his chest.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Lakshmi.
Okay. Sri Vatsa, right? Yeah. Sri Vatsa, and the Kaustuba jewel is a particular jewel. What's the story behind that?
It's a big story.
Yeah. Big long story. Anyway.
When Mahaprabhu's shirt is off, you can see the line.
Oh, wow.
It's on all the deities.
Wow.
Srivatsa.
Wow. I had not known that or forgotten that. Okay, so I'm afraid we're going to have to finish there, and we'll go to the next verse, which is a citation. I think the Mundaka Upanishad, or maybe it's a statement of Kaviraj himself. The religious practice for the age to broadcast the glories of the holy name, and only for this purpose the Lord, in a yellow color, descended as Lord Chaitanya. I guess Kaviraj Goswami is describing the actual descent, why it was there and how it went on, and then Srila Prabhupada is giving Upanishadic references to that descent, which were, you know, set down thousands of years before his descent, as, you know, undoubtedly compiled by one of the Goswamis who, like, scoured. How could they do it? Scoured all these scriptures when it's all like on banana leaves, or at best some kind of scrolls. I'm not sure exactly what it was.
Palm leaves.
Palm leaves, okay, palm leaves. Because I've seen in some depictions scrolls, but it may be wrong. Okay. So anyway, we'll come to that tomorrow. Jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Shri Prabhupada Jivanamritam ki jai. Shri Bhakti, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bo.
Yashi Maharaj ki jai. Shivananda Prabhu ki jai. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki
Jai.
Vinam Sankirtan ki jai. Gaur Premananda.
Hari Hari Bo. Jai.
Nyasi ki jai.
Jai. Sri Yukta Bhakti Lalita ki jai. Sri Yukta
That's
means,
the right word? Sri Yukta?
I don't know, you know, I hear everybody using it.
It's a London trend.
A London thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yukta must be connected with the original term for yoga, right?
I believe it means like auspicious, venerable.
Yeah. Well, Sri, we know that.
We heard that,
Yukta.
like often used for Rama Pishima.
Oh, okay, okay.
Rama
Yeah.
Rama.
Yeah. So, yeah, connected with you know, ladies section, those who are renounced. And so naturally it comes like that, I think, that those who have been given saffron, particularly by Srila Gurudev, are honorable in that way. So we do like that. Jai.
Is Leela's Maharaj? Hari Maharaj?
Oh, yes, Keshava, he's the man.
Oh, you're the man, Maharaj.
Ah, right. No.
Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopala Govindaram Shri Madhusudan.
Gopala Govindaram Shri Madhusudan.
Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan.
Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan.
Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Radha Shri Vasari